If you want to level up and live a happier, healthier, more luxurious and enjoyable life, this video is for you, my friend. I've got 30 ways to level up your life. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, give this one a thumbs up and watch the 30 things playlist that I've made.
I promise that you will experience a huge level up in your life when you make the conscious decision to decide what your boundaries are. You figure out what you will and won't accept into your life. Actually learn how to communicate them effectively so that you are the master of your own life, deciding what you will and won't accept, what you will and won't tolerate. That is real freedom. If you are serious about leveling up your life, this one is absolutely non-negotiable. Do something every single day to invest in your own personal development and growth. You cannot be a successful, best version of yourself without pushing yourself, learning about yourself, and investing in your own growth. If you've got internet access or a library card, you can do this for free if you put the time and energy into it. Of course, if you want to fast track it, there are ways to do that by getting coaches, doing online courses, or having a mentor that can help you fast track success and feed your mind, push yourself, grow and learn. Learn the power of being private. Not everyone needs to know your business. There is no other way to describe having a dog in my life other than life-changing. I wanted a dog for so many years, but I had to wait till I was at a point in my life where I was able to make sure that she wasn't going to be home alone loads. I just love having a dog so much. It's so good for your physical health, your mental health. Gets me out of the house every day. She comes running with me. There is nothing better than finishing a difficult shift in the emergency department and coming home to that little fluffy face. I feel all my stresses and worries melting away whenever Tilly is around. I just love you so much.
The simplest way to improve your mindset is to stop blaming, stop complaining, and stop over-explaining. It is as simple as that.
To level up and be more confident, you need two things. You need self-respect, which is viewing yourself as deserving of nice things and deserving of a good life, and self-efficacy, which is viewing yourself as capable of doing things. So to become more confident, every year challenge yourself to do something that feels really hard, really out of your comfort zone, to increase your self-efficacy, your belief that you can do hard things. Learn a new language, learn a musical instrument, take on a 30-day challenge, become a vegan, or do something that you've always wanted to do that just feels like a push, a triathlon, doing the things that feel outside of your comfort zone.
You can do things to increase your self-worth by treating yourself, doing things that bring you joy, that make you happy, like buying yourself a £2.50 bunch of flowers and then breaking it up into little bunches and putting them in bud vases around your house for no other reason other than it makes you happy and it brings you joy. Taking yourself out for nice coffee dates and doing other little things just to treat yourself.
Start prioritizing taking really good care of your hair. It shows when you have put the effort and time into looking after your hair. So I use a hair mask at least once a week. This is my current favorite, this L'Oreal Professional one. I also really like the Kerastase ones, but use whatever works for your hair type. And if you live in a hard water area, then getting yourself a water softener is a game changer. I used to pour bottled water on my hair at the end of every hair wash because the water in our area is just so hard. It was leaving my scalp really dry and my hair feeling really brittle. But Vince has very kindly installed this water softener for me, and it has made so much difference to the softness of my hair and the condition of my scalp. So think about investing in one of those. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you're interested. If you're looking to build a new habit into your life to level up and become more successful, the shortcut, the hack to do this, the fastest way possible, is to find people who are already doing the thing that you want to be doing and surround yourself with them. Adopt their habits, their routines, their systems. So for example, if you want to start running, rather than just heading out and going running on your own and trying to stick to a routine, join a running club. There are people there that are already doing this thing successfully. If you want to start a business, find networking events, find a community of people who are doing the thing that you want to be doing and they're doing it successfully. So the reason that this is so powerful is got the accountability. There are people who are waiting on you, who are expecting you to show up and to do the things that you said you were going to do. It wouldn't be a Dr. Sarah video if I didn't talk about eating more fruits and vegetables. If you are serious about leveling up your life, then this is an absolute must. Eating more fruits and vegetables is going to help you level up your life in so many ways, look better, feel better, and do something really positive for your physical health. So this is probably the easiest and cheapest thing that you can do to level up your life. One of the ways that I like to add in more fruits and vegetables every single day is by having a smoothie after my breakfast. I normally have 3 portions at least of fruit and veg in that. Mix it up with some oat milk, sometimes some protein powder, and you're good to go. Tastes delicious. Got to build integrity. Doing the things that you said you would do, keeping promises to yourself, giving yourself the gift of self-discipline. I say it's a gift because when you do the things that you say you're going to do, that builds the muscle of self-trust, which is confidence. You're confident in yourself. You know that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. One of the ways you can get into the habit of doing this is just by giving yourself mini challenges, just tiny things that you say you're going to do and then doing them, and then noticing that you do them and reminding yourself that you have the power to be disciplined. You'll become the kind of person that makes big things happen. When you're leveling up your life, you're going to have some big goals that you want to achieve. And I have 2 words that are going to fast track you to getting there. Social proof. Social proof is when you find examples of other people who've achieved the goals that you want to achieve. And there's evidence to suggest that by you seeing that social proof, you yourself are more likely to achieve that goal. Even better, if you find people who've come from similar backgrounds to you or have faced similar struggles and hardships to you. Invest in your skincare. Spend the time and the energy and the money that you need to make your skin look as good as it possibly can. Honestly, this is such a level up. I feel so confident about my skin these days, and this is coming from somebody who has very naturally oily, acne-prone skin. I started using a retinol maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it made a big difference to the appearance of my skin. And more recently, maybe for about the past 5 weeks or so, I've been using prescription strength skincare. I've been ordering it from Dermatica. And if you want a link to a discount, I'll leave that in the description box below. My only regret with this is that I didn't start it sooner. It's already making such a big difference to my skin, and I feel so confident about my skin. I'm wearing makeup at the moment, but honestly, most days I'm now not bothering to wear foundation or any makeup products on my skin because my skin just looks better than it ever has done before. And wear your SPF. Look after your skin, protect yourself from the damaging effects of UV, and wear your SPF. Learn the power of listening and learn to be slow to speak, slow to respond.
Something that will definitely level up your life is training your mind to see the good in every day and becoming a more optimistic person. Even on your hardest days, there are little glimmers of goodness in every day. You can train your mind to notice these things by writing in what I call a joy journal. This is where you write down one good thing from every day, something you're grateful for from that day, something that made you belly laugh, a compliment you received, something that made you smile. I noticed that the things I write down tend to be time with friends and family and beautiful things in nature, like a really cool sunset or a cute tiny bird. And this made me sure that I wanted to move out to the countryside so that I could fill every day with these kinds of things. And that is exactly what I've done. And the cool thing about writing in a joy journal is that your brain starts to look for more joyful things in each and every day because you want to be able to find something to write in your book. It also has the added benefit of being able to look back through it and remembering all these beautiful memories from everyday life that bring you joy.
If you're absolutely serious about leveling up your life, you need to be super intentional with how you're spending your time. Now, I'm not saying you need to have your days scheduled out to the max. You don't need to have every minute of every day blocked out. But what I do mean is not wasting time on things that don't matter to you. It's all well and good having some time scrolling on the sofa if you want to, but make sure that that is time that you have allocated as like guilt-free relaxation time and that that's how you actually want to be spending it. Don't waste time on trivial things. Your time is precious. You have a big impact to make in this world, and you can only do that if you're intentional with how you're spending your time.
Get into an exercise routine and stick to it. Make it something enjoyable. Exercise does not have to be a struggle or a chore. Running has totally changed my life. It gives me self-discipline. It gives me confidence, being able to say that my body can run a half marathon, and it gives me mental clarity. And I know some of you are going to roll your eyes when I say this, but it gives me some me time. I listen to podcasts when I run, and it feels like my time to decompress from my busy work schedule. Last year, I invested in a personal trainer to help me get into strength training and make sure my form was on point, and that has given me so much confidence. I do set workouts on set days of the week, and it has taken away any decision fatigue around working out. So get into a workout routine and stick to it, my friend.
Realise that it's never too late to reinvent yourself or create your dream future. I think a lot of us use our past as a guide as to what we think might be possible for us in the future, and we use that to measure ourselves. But we should actually be looking to the future. We should be mapping out our dream lives and then working out how to get there and what we need to do to become the person that lives in that ideal future.
Give back, be charitable through acts of kindness, volunteering your time, donate to charity, contribute positively to your community. Not only will this have a positive impact on the world around you, but it will also make you feel so good. There's something really abundant about giving back and being charitable, and it makes you feel grateful for what you have.
A huge thing you can do to level up your life is do whatever you can to make your home feel like a cozy sanctuary. Whether you're living in a penthouse or a dorm room, it doesn't matter. There are things you can do to make your home feel like a really safe space, somewhere that you can just come and totally relax and be yourself. So I like to have things like lamplight. I like a lot of candles. I don't use my overhead lights because they're just too bright and harsh. And I like to have a lot of flowers, foliage around the house, photos of my loved ones, things that make me feel happy, sentimental things, ornaments, really making the most of my home, trying to keep it a clean and tidy space, somewhere that feels like a sanctuary for me to just relax and unwind. Use a habit tracker. I feel like this is one of the most underrated things. It's so simple and yet it has really big effects on helping you get towards your goals. So I don't just mean like randomly pick some habits and start tracking them, some things that you think you should be doing every day. Get strategic about this. So pick your goals, the things that you want to focus on for the year, maybe pick 3 to 5, and then reverse engineer the habits that you would have to do on a consistent basis to help you reach those goals and start tracking them. Then in your monthly review, you can look back and see each month how well you've done with those habits and use that as data to be like, hey, I only managed to do this particular habit 5 times this month. Why is that? And start getting reflective. Think about how you can make things easier to reach your goals. If you want my free habit tracker, I'll leave it linked in the description box below. It's very basic, but it does the job and it works. Define your personal style. Get really clear on what you do and don't like to wear, what feels good to you, how you like to show up in the world, how you like to wear your makeup if you wear makeup, how you like to style your hair, and the colours that suit you. So earlier this year, my sister and I booked a session with a personal stylist, and we thought it was just going to be like a really fun, girly activity, which it was, but it was so much more than that. We both came away feeling really confident and really clear about the things that suit us and what we like to wear and our own style personalities. So I no longer have decision fatigue when it comes to choosing my outfits. So I'd highly recommend, if you can afford it, getting yourself a personal styling session. And if not, get yourself on Pinterest, do a style personality quiz, work out what suits you, what doesn't suit you, and gather inspiration from influencers and magazines. Make yourself mood boards of the kinds of things that you would like to be wearing, and then make it happen. They always say, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job that you want. And I would say, don't dress for the version of you right now, dress for the version of you you are becoming. Read more and read broadly, non-fiction and fiction. Educate yourself to get different perspectives on the world and to practice your ability to concentrate. Learn to schedule in guilt-free relaxation time. We're so used to scheduling in work, responsibilities, obligations, social events, things we're doing for other people, but we forget to schedule in time to relax and recharge for ourselves. And actually putting that in your diary is key. Making sure that you give yourself at least a couple of hours each week to do something that is just for you and is in the diary, is non-negotiable. And since I've started doing this, I've noticed my stress levels come down so much, because I used to be the kind of person who would get to the weekend or my day off from work, whenever that was, and I would find that I would want to be productive, but I also felt the urge to relax because I needed it and I didn't know which to do. And so scheduling in that time to actually relax is really powerful, especially for us perfectionists and people pleasers. You'll level up your life massively when you learn to work on your communication skills, both in speaking and in listening. So in speaking, learning to communicate clearly, or the irony, getting across what you want to succinctly is definitely something I'm still working on. Learning to stop saying and and put your point across confidently. I love that I'm making this point and I seem to have lost the ability to speak. But Active listening is super important as well. Really understanding the other person's point, trying to take in what they're saying without just thinking about what you want to say next and jump in. If you can become a good communicator, the world will open up to you. There are so many more opportunities available to you when you are good at both listening and speaking, not just in the employment world, but also socially. Learning the power of self-responsibility. Now, this is going to open up the next level for you. This is a total level up in your life. Learning the power of self-responsibility. This is where you realize how much autonomy and control you actually have over things in your life, and that you can make changes. And then it allows you to just release everything else. The things that you previously worried about, that you don't actually have any control over, or you don't want to change, you can just let go of. It doesn't matter anymore. They do not take up space rent-free in your head worrying about them. The way that I made this happen in my own life is an exercise from a book called Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And one thing about me is that if I'm reading a self-help book, I will do all the exercises in the book, and I would highly encourage you to do the same, because you're going to get the most out of it if you actually do. So one of the exercises in the book was to have 30 days of no complaining. And I was like, I was going through the motions of it. I was thinking, how hard can it be? I just won't complain about anything. And, I'm a very happy, optimistic person anyway. I didn't think there was going to be a lot coming up. It made me more aware of my own thoughts, because before I say a complaint, I obviously think a complaint, and it made me realize that the things I'm complaining about over and over again are the same, basically like three things. I had a choice to make. Either I let that thing go and stop worrying about it and stop complaining about it, or I take action to make it stop being a problem in my life. By complaining, blaming, justifying things, and kind of leaning into like victim mentality about certain things in my life that actually I have more control over than I realised. Do whatever you can to look after your hands. As a doctor, I wash my hands all the time, and if I don't apply hand cream, they get so dry and flaky. So I have hand cream dotted around the house. Everywhere I have a sink, there is one of these hand soap and hand cream dispensers. I bought the glass jars on Etsy, and I think they look really nice. Like, they definitely level up your life. And I bought these stickers that go on the glass jar dispensers, put them on a little tray, and they feel very luxurious and expensive, and you can just buy refills of hand soap and hand cream to put in them. And I also have hand cream in all of my handbags and in my work bag and in my pockets of my work scrubs. If you want to totally level up your life and you are serious about it, you need to start viewing yourself as the CEO of your own life. And what do CEOs do? They take an overview of a company. They take a bird's eye view, and they work out the goals that they want the company to achieve, and they come up with strategies for the company to get there. This is what you need to be doing for your own life. Every 6 to 12 months, I take a day or half a day to think deeply about my big goals, my big vision for my life, and make sure that I have a strategy to achieve those. I pick 3 to 5 every year, and I'm making sure that my habits, my routines, my systems are all aligning to help me reach those goals. Some of those goals are things about having fun, building relationships, maintaining relationships. It's not all things about like making money, hustle harder, but you need to be intentional with your time, just like a CEO would. Something that's really valuable when you're doing this planning exercise is to imagine the type of person you'd have to be to achieve those goals and become that identity. So even if you don't feel like it, you dress up for that person, you show up as that person, you embody the identity of that person that is reaching the goals that you've set yourself. If you really want to level up your life, you can't do that without knowing yourself deeply. You are the only person you're going to live with, guaranteed, for the rest of your life. So you may as well get to know yourself better than anybody on the planet. I'm talking about knowing your core values, knowing the things that drive you, how you personally make decisions, what makes you unique, what are your quirks, what are the things that you're better at than other people, what are your weaknesses?
Make time to celebrate the milestones, celebrate the big things, the little things, your achievements. Life is too short to spend it all on responsibilities and obligations. We need to notice the things in life that bring us joy and do more of them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and go and check out the 30 Things playlist, where I'll be doing more videos like this, compilations of 30 things. Give this video a thumbs up if you've watched it all the way to the end, and leave a comment down below if you want to see more of these kinds of videos.